we're born with love, but we're not born with truth. Truth we learned, or truth we made it. The borders we learned or we built it. And truth is enough makes suffering in this world. Therefore, we don't need more truth in this earth. We need more love.
Tulku Lobsang Rinpoche, thank you for this opportunity to understand Buddhist wisdom and particularly how we can apply it in the West. You're in a unique position, having been born and raised in Tibet traditionally, and also as a Tulku, a recognized reincarnated Lama. But you've lived most of your life in the West and taught many Western students. So first, I'd like a big picture view. What do you see as some main differences in how Tibetan Buddhists view the world and Western people, maybe in their understanding of suffering and happiness?
In Tibetan Buddhism, we talk three different kinds of sufferings. In suffering of suffering is more suffering of body. This suffering animals also know. And second suffering, what we call changeable suffering. Changeable suffering is more mental sufferings. But I think mostly in the Western world or modern world, when we talk suffering, we talk more suffering of body and suffering of mind. I mean, suffering of the body, we call more suffering of suffering. And suffering of mind, we call changeable suffering, let's say this way. But Buddhistic, we are talking this conditional existence suffering. I think that is one big difference. Mm-hmm. I think in the Buddhistic way of looking the world, maybe a Western world, the way of looking to world. And therefore, conditional suffering is, we call hidden suffering. We have we have 24 hours, we believe, I think in the modern world or Western world, I don't think they're saying condition is suffering maybe. And therefore, I think that is a big difference in the Buddhism and the modern world. The Buddhism, we say conditional existence is a hidden suffering. Is a hidden suffering, the cause of all other sufferings, Mm-hmm. And that's also why I'm saying whatever reduce condition is the way to enlightenment. Whatever create more and more condition, I don't think that is the part of liberation or part of awakening. I think so.
It's so interesting because in the West, generally, comparatively, we don't have the suffering of suffering so much. We don't have so much hunger and cold, but there's a great deal of suffering. It's stress, anxiety, loneliness. What do you see as the root of that suffering in good conditions?
I think in the, let's say we have a fear of life. We talk, let's say, three different kind of way, maybe, grasping of mind, make you have more suffering mind. The effort make you have more pain body. Fear of life make life is more, make your, let's say, suffering. That means fear is, we call, demon of our life. Mm. Effort is the poison of our health. Grasping is what you say is to make suffering of our mind, because of technology and medicine, we are reducing some degrees of some levels of suffering. That's very true. But of course, still we all experience suffering, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, body feel pain and the mind suffering. And the suffering, pain, also we make a little different, Body experience pain, mind experience suffering. Example, pain is the animals also have, but they don't have much suffering look like us. And the humans, of course, with technology, with medicine, we are reducing some degree, some levels of pain of the body, let's say pain of body. But that is true. But still, we have another kind of form of pains,
Mm-hmm.
They have all different kind of form of pain. In the Western world or modern world, life is become so serious, let's say. Life has become, or jobs, life has become so serious. And they have less space to make a joke and laughings between friend, between, family or friend and to colleagues. And then the lack of sleep, and yes, and then also lack of a relation, they don't have so much laughing, jokes, and they not enough sleep, and then they don't have a good friendships maybe, and all this make more stress and to make more loneliness. I think so.
Yeah, the simple things.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to have really complicated things, and we have access to so much. There's so many options. It looks like a blessing, so many opportunities, choices, teachers, practices, but many people have a difficult time deciding.
Mm-hmm.
And you've said, until you're enlightened, there's only one way to make life clear: to decide. And I think this is a powerful teaching that many people could use, this power of decision. Could you explain a little further, please?
I think it's interesting, humans only have a ability to possible decided, or humans is the only who need to make decisions. Mostly animal world, they're mostly sensory world. In the sensory world, there no need decisions. Of course, we are humans, also sensory world, but we are more mental world than sensory world.
Yeah.
We are beyond the sensory world. In the mental world, we don't know everything. What we know is very little. What we don't know is the big part. When you know something, you don't really, when you know, you don't need to really decide it. But what we know is very little part. Big part of our life is what we don't know. Therefore, we have ability, we have power to decisions, but we also need decided. Therefore, I always make a joke, until we know everything, the only one way life make clear is decision. They have 98%. So they have, we need to decide it, but they only have two reasons to not to decide it. Is one, mostly people don't want to decide because they don't want to make any mistake.
Yeah.
But you don't want mistake. Maybe one of a great mistake come in your life. You do mistake, and this mistake is mistake with the benefits. but you don't want any mistake, I think is the biggest mistake. That's why I say we need to decide. Through of decision, you make mistake, but this mistake is mistake with benefit, mistake with learning something, you know. The second reason, mostly people say, I don't want to decide because I want to know first. But we cannot know everything until we not decide. You only know with decisions. Of course, when you decide, we have a risk. Maybe wrong, maybe mistake or whatever. But decision is the only way. Very important, you decided. When you decided, 50% chance you're right, 50% chance you're wrong, no matter. When you know wrong, and then it's also good. Until you don't decide, you don't know what is right and wrong, what is the right path, what is the wrong path. Therefore, I think decision is very important. I think so.
Better to make a mistake and learn something from it than no mistake at all. Well, also when I think of the Western condition, you know, on the planet, there's so much fighting over borders and nationalities and wars. There's something that from the Buddhist philosophy that could help reduce this borders and national fighting?
Well, this maybe I like to say, I never believe truth make a better world. Nationality is one kind of form of the truth. We never born with truth. We learn truth here and now. I believe more love. Love make one world. Love make a better world. We born with love, but we're not born with truth. Truth we learned, or truth we made it. The borders we learned, or we built it. And truth is enough make suffering in this world. Therefore, we don't need more truth in this earth. We need more love. They have more truth, me is more closing. And they have more love, we are more opening. In this 21st century is a century of we are complete connected each other. Economically, health, happiness, everything so connected. Therefore, we need this global practice. That is love. Me, truth is the culture. Love, me, is beyond culture. Therefore, in this world, the moment, we need more love. We don't need much truth. Ancient time, mostly we have one big truth. Everybody follow this truth. But in this 21st century, we don't have one big truth, but we have all individual truths. There are so many individual truths, you know, and we just, and then you have more truth, you become less flexibility, you know. You become less flexibility, and then you have less, you have less space to understand others. You have less space to listen in others. Let's say in this world, everybody know how to talk, but nobody open to listening.
Beautiful. I've heard you define wisdom as a long-term view. So what would be your assessment of how we're doing in the West with wisdom?
In the Buddhism we call right view, and the wrong view. The wrong view is the source of all suffering. Right view and the source of all happiness. Here, wrong view means short views. So people who doing great mistakes or doing wrong things, they also have short views and they also have short benefits. You have a short view, you have short benefits. People who doing war in or bring wars or bring sufferings in this earth, but these people also have a short views. They have a short benefit. Maybe they benefit 1 year or 1 day or 1 hour or 1 minute, no matter. They have some benefit because they have short views. The one of the greatest ignorance man and woman in this earth, they also have short views. I mean, they have short benefit. Otherwise, they don't practice such kind of things, you know. Therefore, me is, yes, wisdom means long view. Yes, long view may be difficult path, but that is the only path. The danger of this planet, we only have a short view and we don't have long-term view. Therefore, in the Buddhist teachings, ignorance also have a short view. But wisdom means long-term view or long view. Very important.
Okay, let's explore some core Buddhist principles then, get some long view wisdom. Impermanence, one of the fundamental principles of Buddhism. And this means things are always changing. And many of us resist change or fear change. Could you please offer us something to shift our view to feel empowered by change?
Well, change is a very powerful creator or powerful energy. I always believe we cannot stop change, but we possibly choose what change make us. We cannot stop change, but still we possibly choose what change give us. Whenever change is come to in your life, don't look what change things take out of you, and to look what change bring to you. Change is perfect example of giving and taking. Whenever change is come to our life, of course he takes something, but he give you something. But you always look what change take, where you always you look, change what take, and maybe change become one of the greatest enemy you. But whenever change come to in your life, look what change bring you. Maybe change is become best friend to you. We cannot stop change, but we possibly choose what kind of relation we have change. And you always make a relation what the change take out of you. Maybe change is become your greatest enemy. You always look what the change bring you, and the change is become your best friend. Yeah.
Thank you. You've been teaching about the Heart Sutra, which is the essence of Buddhism, and also teaching about emptiness. And something you've said with this is there is nothing to lose. And don't hold. Whatever you hold, holds you. What do you mean by this? That there's nothing to lose, and how do we not hold?
It's interesting, you know. one of the greatest human suffering is the suffering of losing. Until you don't hold anything, they don't have lose anything. But until you hold, it's the only question of time. They have lose. Suffering of losing, every species have, but suffering of losing, humans have more than any species. Why we have a suffering of losing so much? Because humans is the only species who hold it. We hold it everything. Therefore, I know our deep motivation, we don't want to lose anything, therefore we hold it. You know? But you don't hold it, there's nothing have lose. But the moment of you holding, they have lose. Not only this, when you hold, whatever you hold it, and this also go to hold it you. That's why the essence of Heart Sutra is there nothing have lose. Means there nothing have hold it. There nothing have hold it. There nothing needed to hold it. You know, there nothing have hold. There nothing need hold. The moment you discover there nothing need hold it, is you have a realization of essence of Heart Sutra. Whatever you hold it, it look like you holding poison snake. The wild, the poison snake you hold it. It's the only question of time. The snake bite you back. Whatever you hold it, no matter you hold in the emptiness or you hold in love, no matter, it's just got to make suffering you.
How could one live that in a day-to-day way? Like as you move through life, to not hold means not being attached to outcomes or even loved ones. How do we not hold?
I mean, this maybe I call practice of letting go, you know? Or I'm always say, maybe you practice mentally, practice of letting go, and verbally you practice of whatever come in your life, or whatever come, you say, I don't reject it, you know. Is something coming, you cannot reject it. Nobody possible stop. Whatever come to in you, you cannot stop. Just let pass. Conclusion, practice of letting go, and the practice of whatever come, not rejected. Because we cannot reject it. We cannot reject it. Whatever change come in you, you cannot reject it. And therefore, and you ask me how we practice not to hold it, I think is best. I think is every morning you just chanting this mantra of you say, whatever come I can, whatever come I not, what English say, whatever come I don't reject it. Whatever come I don't reject it. Whatever come I don't reject it. This me, you know, this create more and more space. You know, letting go and not rejecting create more and more space, or you become space. And of course, in the space means there's nothing to lose. And nobody possible hurt. That is the quality of space. I think inner space is something you discover. It's not something you make. Whatever space you made it, you possibly lose it. Therefore, I'm talking space, something you discover, is not you made it.
Discovering inner space. Is this similar to emptiness? You mentioned emptiness. Today we hear people talking about source or the field. I don't know if this is the same as what you mean in Buddhist emptiness, but we hear emptiness, it sounds so far away and difficult, but it's such a core teaching of Buddhism. What should we understand about emptiness?
Whenever you start to think emptiness, you go to make two different kind of reactions. One is reaction of you're losing everything. Why? Because then there nothing have hold it. People who discovering their nothing have hold it, and that's make fear. Second reaction, they discover their nothing have a hold it. That means they nothing have a lose it. Maybe I say another way. First, the one you start to talk in emptiness, they have two kind of reactions. And the first people, they discover their nothing have a hold it, and that's make their fear. Second person, when they start to have a realization of emptiness, they nothing have a lose it. They nothing have a hold it means they nothing have a lose it. They nothing have a lose it means they nothing have needed to hold it. Is the same essence. They nothing have a hold it means they nothing have a lose it. They nothing have a lose it means they nothing have a hold it, or they nothing needed to hold it. Therefore, when you think emptiness, you don't look so much direction of they nothing have a hold it. Maybe this make you so much fear. But to look more direction of they nothing have a lose it. When we teach emptiness, we always say they nothing have a hold it means what really meaning, or what really mean the essence of nothing have a hold it means nothing have a lose it. Of course, there nothing have a lose it. That's one of the greatest news ever happened. Face of our life or face of earth. And that's why people who have a realization of emptiness and they discover and they nothing have a lose it. Once they discover nothing, they nothing have a lose it, and they celebrate or they're happy, look like they receive everything.
And maybe you would also apply this to death. I mean, in the West, we really don't talk so much about death, despite how universal it is. But you've said, don't forget death. Death doesn't forget you. So how could we have a more open, fearless relationship around death, which seems like the biggest losing?
Yes, death is the very, 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 very powerful change we go to experiences. Me is a death, is a compassion of life. One day, your life, my life, is become too painful. Death is a path to liberate pain of life. Therefore, death is nature painkiller, or death is nature compassion. And that's why I always say, one day my existence become so painful. Who really helped me is the only death. Therefore, death is one of most compassionate thing ever possible have in our life. But at the same time, death also teaching us how our life is so precious. Life is one of the greatest gift in the nature world. Life is, I say, lottery winning of the natural world. But mostly people don't know. Mostly people, don't have a view of their life. They think life is not so special, but life is so special. What make teach us life is so special is death. Once you forget death, you go to forget your life. Once you forget death, you never learn, you never live in your life. Therefore, yes, death is something very important, but I always say death means not to mean end of our life. Is death means big change in our life.
Thank you. Yeah, change. Okay, I want to return to emptiness. I can't help myself, but maybe you know that, first in the Heart Sutra it says form is nothing other than emptiness, emptiness is nothing other than form. Maybe you know in Switzerland they have CERN, it's where they're doing research on nuclear physics. And there they're spending billions and billions of dollars to find the smallest particle, looking at matter, so much attention. The smallest particle looking, then there's a smaller particle. I'm wondering if you could give a message to the scientists doing this research, what might you tell them?
We have seen in the Buddhism, Rokchik Tama. Tama Rokchik means the hidden nature of all phenomena, one test. One test means one nature. The hidden nature of all phenomena is just one. Never become two. One. What is? The hidden nature of all phenomena, empty of inherent nature, empty of independent nature, empty of self-arising. You look nature of me, or you look the nature of some object, no matter. When you look at the nature of hidden nature of all phenomena, is ended same thing, not two different things. Only, you look at the nature of me, or nature of apple, or nature of orange, or nature of trees, nature of river or fire, no matter. You look at, you find one thing, the empty of inherent nature, empty of independent nature. The hidden nature is all phenomena is a one. But the nature of emptiness, hidden nature of all phenomena is emptiness. The nature of emptiness is infinite possibilities. They don't have one nature. they have infinite possibility nature. The nature of emptiness, or appearing nature of emptiness, or is infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities means infinite functions have. It's great you discovering the different possibilities. Possibilities or different functions, different possibilities is good. It's good. You go to discovering different functions. You put different things, they're coming out new things. But we don't know this is really helpful or harmful of discovering of this possibilities, Is this really help us or this really harm us? Shortcut, the science or discovering of all these possibilities without loving and compassion may be dangerous in the world. According to Buddhism, appearing world, infinite possibilities. Not one possibilities, infinite possibilities. The hidden nature of a phenomena, only one possibility. One possibility or one nature or one nature or one possibilities or one nature, empty of inherent nature, empty of inherent. But appearing the nature of emptiness, infinite possibilities. Discovering of this infinite possibility, I think modern science or modern world very, very excited. But I don't know all this discovering where bring society. I don't know what kind of society make it. Therefore, conclusion, what I want to say, religion without love, this religion dangerous. Philosophy without love, this philosophy may be very dangerous in our society. Science also without love may be dangerous of all this discoveries. Conclusion, I think, is amazing, It's amazing, yeah. In the Buddhism, we believe they have infinite possibilities in the appearing world.
We're so much searching, wanting to understand. And you've said this is the time to go beyond knowledge, that knowledge blocks us from understanding our true nature. I mean, that's very surprising in a society. We so much prize learning and information. So what does it mean to go beyond knowledge?
Well, this is maybe a little different way I'm saying is beyond the knowledge means we have this two different kind of knowledge. Knowledge without learning is we call karmic knowledge. Example, karmic knowledge. Love is karmic knowledge. Anger is karmic knowledge. And then we have knowledge with learning. Religion is knowledge with learning. Cultures, knowledge with learning. Of course, it's knowledge. But knowledge means we learn. We learn. Maybe we learn here now, or we learn the past somewhere. Whatever learn is never become really you. Sometimes knowledge, we become so mixed, look like we are one, but knowledge never become really you. Somewhere you learned, somewhere somebody give it, but somewhere you possibly forget it, or somewhere somebody take away. Therefore, I like to say now is not time to be in hotel, not time to be in the knowledge. It's a time to be home. Go beyond the knowledge. Means to discovering our unconditional nature or this nature awareness or this nature intelligence. You know, that's only you possible discovering through of meditation. Knowledge, you possible learn. Wisdom, only you possible discovering. Therefore, now is not time to, now is maybe not time to just learning, maybe time to discovering. Whatever you learn, somebody give it or you made it. Whatever give, whatever you learn, never stay with you forever. Never become really you. Therefore, now is a time to be really you. Means meditation is the only way to discovering unconditional happiness or nature awareness. That's why I say we need more wisdom than knowledge in this world.
So then we're moving into practice, you know, the Buddhist practices. And you're Tummo inner fire master. This is your specialty. And there's some interest bubbling in the West around Tummo. Could you say what is the true purpose of Tummo? Maybe, you know, we talk about, you know, monks going in the cold in the Himalayas, half naked, drying sheets, wet sheets. But maybe there's something we misunderstand. What's the purpose? Why would someone be interested to learn this?
Of course, Tummo is the way to practice kindness and compassion of the body. Through of Tummo fire, when you discover Tummo fire in your body, and then your body don't have pains. When the Tummo fire increase in your body, decrease the pain of the body. Means your body don't have any pains. Means your body don't have any complaints. Not only this, and then you start to feel bliss. Tummo means warm and the bliss. The warm is we call compassion of body. The bliss is we call kindness of body. Then your body become warm and the bliss. Means, warm means you don't have pain, and the bliss means you don't need anything. Your body don't complaining because of fire. Your body feel bliss. You don't need anything. Means your body become 100% present moment. And then your body is be in the present moment, then automatically your mind become present moment. As your body and mind complete be present moment, we call timeless body or timeless mind. In this timeless mind is the one focus is enough whole your spiritual journey. In this timeless body, one practice enough energy whole your journey of a spiritual, let's say. Therefore, Tummo is a one kind of form of meditation, but the meditation of a body. First, your body bring present moment and your mind become present moment. In this present moment, body and mind, we call timeless body, timeless mind. With this timeless body and timeless mind is the mind and body who only possible go to, let's say, beyond this world, beyond this body, beyond this mind, beyond these limitations. That's why Tummo practice become so important.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing the Buddhist wisdom for our Western minds.
Yes.
Very much appreciated.
Okay.
Thank you.